Alrighty guys, welcome back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode we got to explore a little bit more of Edith here in the afternoon, and in doing so got to meet up with both Hermes, otherwise known as Major Amelia, as well as the two other Grossritter members, both Celis and Leon. And in this episode, it's time to keep exploring, and I would like to go ahead and finish exploring all of Edith in this episode. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and I'll make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So as I mentioned, my idea here is that I'd like to finish up exploring Edith, so that way next episode we hop back into some more story content. I was actually going to take a break. I have filmed about 6 or 7 episodes today. Almost everything but the first episode. I think first 2 episodes I filmed today. I was going to wait because, as I've said before while we've been going, sometimes you'll see that my controller disconnects and either my character will keep running or I won't be able to progress dialogue. It is definitely a thing with this game. I've tried multiple controllers at this point. I have tried different games, and it is only this game, and is with every single controller that I play with, that I'm getting these random 5-ish second just periods where my controller does not get any input. My controller's not disconnecting, it's not dying, because I look down at it, it is still connected. I don't get any notifications or anything, so I'm not really sure what's going on with the game. I did check the Steam store. I posted my own discussion to see if anybody else was having the issue, but I noticed there was a few other discussions, and nobody really has an answer yet. I know this is going up in a few days after I'm filming this, but if you guys do have a solution, I'll probably be pretty deep into the game by that point, but I might not have found a solution yet, so if you guys do have one, let me know so that way I can fix it later. Either way, though, let's go ahead and get into it. We have 2 side quests here. Both of these are actually going to be pretty quick, I'm guessing. So we'll go ahead and start here. This is Sarah and Sahana. Or Shahana. Shahina? Come on, Shahina. The clerk already said they don't have it. Hold on a sec. Maybe they just missed it. I get how you feel, but we can't stay here for much longer. Oh, hey, girls. Didn't realize you were still in the city. Shouldn't you have caught a train out of here by now? Hi everyone, we only stopped here for a little bit before we head out. We heard this place might have the book we've been looking for. It's this magazine publication that was published back when we were both little. But they don't have it in stock because it's too old. What's it called, if you don't mind me asking? Well, we don't actually know the title. All we know is that it's a rare publication that covers traditional Central Eastern performing arts. Oh wow, that sounds fascinating. Sounds pretty interesting. I imagine it'd be difficult to find if you don't know the name. But if you'd like, we could keep an eye out for it. Yeah, it might be worth tracking down. I know you two have a train to catch, but I'd feel bad if I didn't help my agency's adorable new talents. Really? Thank you so much. We'll wait as long as we have to. We really can't, Shahina. I'm sorry. I know you're all very busy. There's no need to apologize. This is just how things go. We should probably hit up some folks who know a lot more about books and magazines. Let's start by asking around the area. There's bound to be people who know a thing or two.
Let's get this party started.
The Book Hunt. This is another one of the topic quests. That's why I was like, this one's going to be pretty quick. We can go ahead and... we can probably talk to Manager Julia. We actually don't need to, so I'm just going to skip right past you. Instead, we're going to go up here to the Tyrell Times first. We can just go ahead and do speed up. Tyrell Times is the book area. It's the news service, which is why I'm actually surprised that I can't remember her name, but the reporter. I'm surprised we didn't get to see her here instead of Celis and Leon. We'll go ahead and talk to her and use the topic book on Central Eastern dancing.
Have a moment.
Oh, I think I know which book you mean. You do? Yes, it's called Rax Parati, which is also the name of a Central Eastern style of dancing. Tyrell Times published it over 20 years ago, and it covers performing arts from remote regions in the Central East. I even helped out on it in my younger years. I've heard about it too. It was a popular topic of conversation around the neighborhood back then. There weren't many publications at the time that really dug deep into Central Eastern performing arts. I heard even some distinguished folklorists used it for their research. Wow, it sounds more incredible than I realized. If the Tyrell Times published it, would you have any stock left in the back? Sadly, it was in circulation for long, so it's been out of print for ages. We do have one copy in our collection, but it's the only one, which means I can't go giving it away. Sorry. I see.
Still, just knowing the title is a huge step forward.
Right. Got ourselves a glimmer of hope. Might be worth checking back in with some folks now that we know that what we're talking about. I believe we can actually use this title on them now. It's currently out of the print. Never mind. Can't use it on them. Thought we might have. But we do get that one. Now we'll go ahead and head down here to the Macmillian Cafe, where we can use our next one. Because if you would have came in... Oh, no, they're up top. If you would have came here earlier, you actually wouldn't have been able to get anything. So the fun thing about the Macmillian Cafe is it's actually 2 stories. Well, 3 stories, I guess. It's like the bottom floor, then the stairways up to the middle floor, but there's nothing there, and then up here at the roof. We can talk to Giselle here and actually use the Rax Parody.
Can you spare a moment?
Rax Parody. Actually, I think I might have seen it recently.
Really?
Yeah, I'm into some strange books. Well, obviously, I dig through all the bookstores in the city, but I also scour the net for new finds, too. Every now and then I find folks who are looking for a good home for the books they've finished reading. I remember seeing Rax Parody floating around. I knew people engaged in trade over the net, but not like this. Sounds like folks would rather give their books away for free than toss them. Works out for us. Mind telling us the name of the person giving that book away? Sure thing. Give me 1 second. Here we go. This is them. I was right, too. This book has the same title. But it looks like the deadline is today, so you should probably hurry. I'll send you the data. Appreciate that. I'll hit him up. Van immediately reached out to the book's owner. Damn, they got back to me already. Thanks for getting in touch. Let's meet up near the Grand Circuit Ferris wheel. Our password will be, I love you, Daddy. What the heck? It's not uncharacteristic of online marketplace. Did they write anything about what they look like? I get the feeling they might be new to this sort of thing.
In any case, heading to Grand Circuit is our only option.
Am I really going to have to say the password? So, now we have to go to Grand Circuit and use the password, I love you, Daddy. However, before we go there, we actually will not have to come back here, I don't think, at all. So before we do this, because I believe when we complete it, the 2 sisters might meet us there. So we're actually going to go ahead and pick up this bulletin board quest instead. This is the Memorial Park Bounty. Request from the police inspector. Essentially, I'm not going to go through bounties like that because they are just go kill enemies. So let's go ahead and track Memorial Park Bounty. And we can go ahead and head on over to Dirk Memorial Park. Yet another entrance, or yet another location from the previous games. However, this one is just a boss fight location. I don't know if we'll be able to explore this place later, but as of right now, nothing we can do about it. So let's just travel over here. We'll get our little scene. Ah, this place is always so peaceful no matter when I come here. If not for the monsters that pop up every now and then, it'd be perfect. Let's get this done quick so I can cast a line or two. If you want to fish after, that's all well and good, but don't forget, we're doing this for the safety of the guests here. So, we'll go ahead and head in here. You can see there's a vending machine, but we've actually already got the drinks from here, so no reason to worry about this place. And we're just going to run all the way to the end here. We're going to have a little boss fight we got to go through. So let's head on in. Let's head deep into the park. And here we go. There's no place to save or anything, so we're just going to hop straight into this. It is our fearsome foe. We'll exterminate it. And here we go. We're just going to open with a Vandalize Raid X. Get rid of all the little bee enemies that are around. Ooh, didn't quite kill. I'm actually shocked. Go ahead and Knights of Arcadia to, for sure, get rid of the little bee creatures. I think they actually just got a boost because we got rid of all the bees, but that's fine. Ooh, maybe not fine, maybe not fine. Ah, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Let's get a breath because this is a healing spell. There we go. And we're just going to spam A probably till we get the... Ooh, I think Van just got paralyzed. But we're basically just going to spam this until we get our boosts back. Man, I don't have anyone who can do more damage. Oh, Katre's not in my party right now. I should bring Katre in as a support unit just so I can get that attack buff. The unique attack buff, rather. Come on, let's get that break, because this is, I wouldn't say hard necessarily, but we get the break here, we get the stun, and then Bear Guard can go ahead and act twice. We get the EX chain. We get another EX chain. Ooh, no we didn't? Interesting. Oh, I see. We lost the break there. That's fine. We'll kill. We don't even need to use any CP. We'll just get the regular kill. There we go. Level up on everyone. 14. We get Firestorm from the wanted monster, and the bounty's complete. We get Samira. And we get a little bit of Law and Gray. And there we go. That is the bounty completed. We'll go ahead and grab this for some Sepith. And then I wanted to check something, and now I can't remember what I was going to check. Oh, I want to change out the team real quick. Tactics, adjust party. Sorry, Fairy. We're only bringing Katre in here because he boosts my attack. And that's it. There is nothing else here. There is a fishing spot down here, but if we check, you can just check. There's nothing new here. We already have all these, and we have them in A rank. So with that, we can now head on over to the Grand Circuit. The reason I did it in this order specifically is because the Grand Circuit has no side quests. So we're going to come here, complete the side quests, and complete the main stuff while we're here, all at the same time. So let's go ahead, travel over. And here we are, Grand Circuit. This was introduced last game. Had never been here before. Did I just see Zin sitting in the background, or is that just a guy with a scarf? This is essentially, I would say it's like a carnival, but it's not. It really is just the racetrack with a Ferris wheel outside of it. Whoa, the Grand Circuit's really buzzing right now. There shouldn't be any Zenith ones on the schedule, though. A halfway decent crowd like this can't be gathered for nothing. Are they running a race over there? Supposedly, today's event is a trial session of sort for the GR Championship. Yeah, simply put, it's a race between commercial cars and hot rods instead of Z1 models. The bar to enter is a lot lower, so it's more accessible to amateur teams and underdogs. Real deal ain't till tomorrow, though. Today's race is just a dry run with the amateur teams mixed in. Well, compared to Z1, it would seem there are only so many fanatics who are partial enough to attend.
That notwithstanding from what I hear, there is a value to be had in spectating these competitions. What better way, after all, to demonstrate the limits and potential of the cars we drive on a daily basis?
Oh, I knew you of all people would see the appeal, Master. That settles it then. We make a beeline for the track. Stat. Gathering info is still priority number 1, but I guess a quick peek won't do any harm. There's truly no talking our way out of it. Let's take a look at that dry run then, in addition to the rest of the district. So, here we are. We can go ahead and do our usual to go pick up all of the little shards scattered around here. There will be one up here. We'll come right back to this person here in a second. The next one will be over here. Is it not over here, actually? Or did I get turned around? Oh, I got really turned around. I should be looking at the map like this. Holy. It is over here, though. It's behind this. And then, finally, we can go ahead and head all the way back to the restaurant over here. Why can't I just run through the middle of the street? And right here will be the last one for us to grab. So that's all the shards we can get. We'll talk to, not Brittany. Yeah, no spoilers for the person behind me right now. We can grab the frozen cooler.
I'll be waiting for you.
And then we can run over here. And from in here, I believe we can buy a gift. Yes, the Zypha mount. We'll go ahead and just use that. I also want to get all this done this episode as well. But we'll go ahead and give the Zypha mount to Burgard. And then over here, we can grab a Maxim Freeze. Over here, we can grab a Peach Nectar. And finally, we can come up here where we can grab this. It's just another garden. Garden portal discovered. And now we'll go ahead and... I don't really need to eat the food, but we'll just use it real quick. That's a level up. And now finally, let's go ahead and talk to the child. Hello, Gigi. I love you, Daddy.
Can you spare a moment?
This is Gigi. We talked to you on the OrbitalNet. Let's see. Here it is, as promised. Obtained slightly used Rax Parody magazine. Thanks. What a small world. Never would have guessed you two were Inspector Deswani's beloved wife and daughter. Thanks for all you do for my husband. We were looking to get rid of the piles of old books around the house and figured we'd use the net to deal with them. But Gigi insisted on doing the handoffs in person, so I took on this challenge with her. The OrbitalNet is, and will continue to be, central to our lives, so this is probably quite educational.
This book looks important. Are you really fine with giving it away?
Yes, It's just gathering dust on a bookshelf. Please give it to someone who needs it. I owe you one. You too, kid. Thanks. Please visit Montmartre again with your family. Yeah, I'll come back with Daddy. Ben and the others told Sarah and Shahina about getting the book and agreed to meet up at a cafe in the Tyrell district. Looks like it is taking us out of the Grand Circuit. But we don't have to travel there ourselves, so I guess that's fine. Whoa. To think the day would finally come when I get to read this book. Tyrell Times Special Issue Rax Parody. Come see the riveting performance of Layla Ertur, a traditional dancer from the Central East. Ertur? Isn't that your last names? Oh, I get it now. Yeah, this is about our late mother. This is an interview of her while she was still an active dancer. We weren't even born yet at this point. We happened to learn about it from someone in the entertainment industry not too long ago. Ever since, we've really wanted to give it a read. Look, Sarah, Mom's so young here. In fact, you and her look exactly alike. You think so? From looking at these pictures, the vigorous feel of these dances reminds me of you. You definitely inherited that from her, I'd say. Oh, stop. I'm not nearly this nimble. You know, we never got to see this side of Mom when she was young, I mean. She must have worked her butt off as a dancer. Imagine she did. She always looked so strong as she was raising us, even when she was in terrible debt. We need to push ourselves even harder, both in our dancing and in our film work. For sure, even though we probably don't have a ghost of a chance of reaching the level she did. But no, if we stick together, then maybe, just maybe we can pull it off someday. Guess you both got something out of this then. Definitely. We owe you guys big time for finding this book for us. Now we can give our 150% to the homecoming performance. No, even beyond that. Thanks so much, everyone. Don't mention it. You'll probably be up to your eyeballs for a while, but I hope you accomplish what you're setting out to do. And as always, if you've got any problems in need of solving, you know who to turn to. Thank you. I hope you'll cheer us on. Oh dear.
Then I believe we can consider this matter settled.
And there we go. Topic quest book hunt complete. And we got some Mira. As well as some law. Didn't have any choices in the last two quests. And we're back in Tyrell District. So I guess just because we're here, we might as well just go back to Auber District, complete this. We've already been to both these locations, so we won't have any quests until we're ready. But we can at least come here, get all of our stuff, and just continue on with the main story here. So we have a couple things we can get at this location. We can go ahead and start by grabbing all of these Grim tokens right here. And then you can see there's another one just right here. And finally, the portal is right here. All of it pretty much is right here at the entrance. This isn't a very big location. In fact, all of these locations, besides Tyrell, I believe, are the smallest locations in the game. Get Eddie's Special Bento and a Muscat Soda. That'll be it for here. And then we can go ahead and just run over to this area. And right back here will actually be our last of the... Ooh, did I get turned around? No, it's right there. Perfect. This last Grim token, pretty much of this entire area. Head in here, talk to him to get the Soul Chef cake. And we'll go ahead and learn that one real quick. And see if we can make the cake real quick. Let's see... I'm cooking, and the fresh baked chiboust. Is that a type of cake?
Of course, my treat. I hope it's to your liking.
And we'll go ahead and just quickly eat everything, because that'll be everything we can eat in this section of the game. That should be everything picked up. So now all we got left to do is go ahead and progress the main story, and we have one last side quest we can do. We might get it done first here. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this side quest real quick.
Let's see what we got.
We got a 4SPG license to kill a lowlife. This is a rather disturbing request. It's barely even a bounty hunting job. Armada, the world's worst mafia organization, has been totally crushed. Most of the remnants have been captured as well. But some of them have slipped through the cracks, and among them, an assassin of the most wanted list. It's hard to believe. I don't remember all the details of who she is, but the guild should have more information. I'm fairly certain she was a sniper, at least. Sounds like their quester has some beef with this lady. Now that they know where she is, they've decided to take revenge.
Are you worried about something?
Well, there is something bugging me. Wait, you can't be serious. You can't seriously mean to take this on. I didn't say that. But we are going to anyways, because it gives us chaos. Regardless, it's a 4 SPG. I can't just ignore it. So let's at least check in with the guild and see what they know. Alright, but I won't let you dirty your hands in front of me. Keep that in mind while we're talking to Hazel. Alright, but it all depends on what we learn.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Head to the guild has been added to the top of the travel menu. We'll go ahead and do that right now. It's in red, which usually means, like, it'll change things, but it obviously doesn't. This one might be another quick one as well. We have a little dungeon we have to go through, and typically when there's dungeons for us to run through, everything leading up to the dungeon is pretty quick. Group headed to the guild and explained the circumstances to Hazel.
I see, so even those kinds of requests make it to you, huh? A female sniper from Almada still hasn't been captured, despite being on our wanted list. So it's probably about her, Lady Silence.
Hell of a nickname. Do you not know her real name?
No, sadly, we were never able to figure it out. Her work is notorious, and she never leaves any traces behind.
I see. It sounds like she's an outstanding sniper. Lady Silence. It's coming back to me. She was a terrifying sniper that Almada deployed at several important junctures. However, her targets were always members of the underworld.
Correct. There's no record of her ever killing a civilian. That's why neither we nor the police have considered her a high priority. She seems like the type who's committed to her work.
Is there anything else you know about her?
Let me think. She's always been wrapped in mystery. To the best of our knowledge, her first job was around 10 years ago. She originally rose to infamy under the former leader, Enrique, but she earned Dante's trust too. That's all true as far as we know.
10 years ago, huh? Sounds like a real old-timer, in which case... Haley might know something. She works with Jack Trevor, right? Langport's information broker / gambler? Are you able to get in contact with her? Well, rumor is they're not in Langport right now. Not that we can't call her up and ask if she knows anything. Hey, Van. We're not getting any video. Are you busy with something? Sorry, we're in the middle of a gig. You'll have to be happy with just voice. We can only talk for a little bit, though. Did you need Jack? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. They explained the circumstances to Haley and asked her about Lady Silence. It's that kind of request, huh? So you want to know about her? What can you tell us? Well, she used to be good to me back when I worked for Enrique. We'd exchange information occasionally, even after I left the organization. Although once Almada got wiped out, we lost contact. Is that right? I won't excuse her crimes, but I will tell you she's a reasonable woman. She's not the kind of person who would kill needlessly. That's as much as the guild and police know, too. I'll tell you this, but only because it's for you. Her name is Candace. She lives together with her son, who's turning 12. They move around a lot. The last place they lived that I know of was in the Tyrell district. She was renting a room above the Brothers Music Shop. Thanks. I'll pay you back when I can. I look forward to it. We got ourselves a good clue for once.
Guess we shouldn't underestimate Arkwright Solutions. You guys work quick?
Shall we head to Tyrell district already? I think it's just going to spit me out there since we can't technically be in this area. Yeah, we're already in Tyrell district. So let's go ahead and just run on over here. Where we'll have our first of many choice. Well, it's actually the only choice, but we do have to make a choice here for bonus SP. I want to hear what the shopkeeper has to say. Fan. I know. For now, just let them do what they want. Group entered Brothers Music Shop and asked the shopkeeper about Candace. Apparently a woman and child had been living there, but they had moved out a few months ago. Shopkeeper didn't know where they moved to. Looks like we came in vain. Except... You noticed too, huh? Looks like we've lured out some prey. Take the back streets. We'll split up and go after them. I'll take them head on. Right. No way I lost them already. It can't have been that fast, which means they're hiding. Behind a car. You gotta make sure you choose the right one or you will not get the bonus SP. So you're the one who's been following us, huh? You already saw through me. Guess you're not a Spriggan for nothing. That wasn't half bad. I take it you had me marked from the start. Wouldn't have guessed you'd be just a little punk, though. Still, you approached us even knowing who we are. I must make you Candace's son, huh? Now that you mention it, her son was supposed to be around 12 years old. Right on the money. My name's Stan, and I've got a request for you concerning my mom. No kidding. I suppose we can at least hear what you've got to say, even if you are acting a little smug. I appreciate it. So lately, my mom's been acting real weird. I tried looking into it. What I found was a 4SPG saying someone wants to kill her. Got a good eye for a little punk. Gotta say, I appreciate the drive, too.
It would appear you're also aware of your mother's occupation.
Well, it's not like she told me directly, but I kind of figured it out. She may be some sort of criminal, but to me, she's just my mom. It's not like I love moving around all the time, but I'm grateful to her for raising me. So I'd like to overwrite your 4SPG.
You want to overwrite a 4SPG?
Yes, I know she's probably being hunted by people who want her dead. So I want you to help her and help me escape the country. She's got the mirror, in case you're wondering. She should be able to pay you. I see. So that's your plan. I mean, I can understand what he's going through, but... What do you propose, Mr. Arkwright? Whatever we do, it depends on this guy's mom. We won't do anything for now, so can you arrange for us to talk to her? Won't even make empty promises, huh? Good. It's better that way. Makes you seem more trustworthy. I'll arrange the meeting, right now, even if you're free. She should be at home. All right, lead the way. We currently live in an apartment in Riverside, just so you know. I'll head over there first, so let's meet up at the bulletin board in front of the subway station. Got it. We got our bonus 2 SP, and I'll go ahead and head on over to Riverside in front of the subway station. And we can go ahead, turn around, and talk to Stan. You came. So can we finally hurry up and meet my mom or what? Let's have him guide us to the apartment. All right, show me the way. Great, let's go. This is the apartment we're living in right now. The Horizon Heim, huh? Our room's on... Wait, Mom? Hurry after her. Looks like she ran in here, the underground maintenance tunnel. Confirmed. Judging by the footprints, she's gone quite a ways in. Doesn't feel like she's running blind. Thanks, Lady... That's Lady Silence for you. It's no surprise she's gone good at losing a tail. Dang it, why are you running, Mom? It's me.
Let's hurry before we lose her.
Welcome to the underground maintenance tunnel. This is actually one of the very first dungeons in every single other Daybreak game. I'm surprised we didn't come here sooner. In fact, this is a completely optional dungeon. You don't have to get anything in here. I don't believe there's any chests, and even these enemies are technically optional. We'll go ahead and fight them as we run through here just to get a little bit of XP and just to get them marked on our list. But again, these are not even required to get the killing every enemy achievement. Because they don't require you to do anything that is within side quests. There we go. And I'm honestly probably just going to, because I fought the two of them, I'm probably just going to go ahead and run all the way to the end here. There is literally no reason for me to fight them. They're level 11 enemies, and I'm level 14. There's no chests. They really probably don't drop anything that I need. And because I've already fought them once, we actually go check our battle book. We can go to extra. Anything in extra is not required to get the achievement. But we can go ahead and check. That's the HZ Mouse and the Armor Cruncher. So both of them are registered in here. We'll just go ahead and run over here to the end. Mom, please listen. These guys aren't trying to kill you. Get down, Stan. Rosette, leave it to me. What was that? A shard trap linked to containers. Sure pays to be prepared. Ugh, I made that one by the skin of our teeth. It would seem our party's been separated, however.
At least the young man is still safe.
Looks like she's pushing her son away on purpose. Mom, wait for me! Leave him to us. Thanks, I'm counting on you. Let's chase after Candace. Oops. Are you okay, Van? You know we will find you. This will end eventually. Yeah, but dang, her aim is precise. She's doing it to keep us from getting near her.
There's something I'd like to confirm, and this seems a good time as any. Tell me, Van, what's your impression of this job?
I'll let you ask. I knew it seemed strange. It's like that, is it? Which means... I could just be going out on a limb here, but it seems to me that the person who sent the original request was none other than Candace herself. Are you serious? But then what about Stan? That last little trap was probably put in place to make sure he wouldn't get dragged into it. She's been leading us around by the noses all by herself. What more proof do you need? So far, everything's been going exactly as Candace planned. Assisted suicide isn't the sort of job we normally accept. So she made it something else. In other words, she has a death wish.
It seems highly likely.
She's sure asking a lot. Here's a thought. Master, can I get you and the others to pursue the targets?
That won't be a problem.
I said this at the start, but I won't allow any killing. Trust me, I know. Then we'll see you later. My goodness, these guys are persistent, aren't they? Dude, he just blocked a sniper shot with his friggin' arms.
You have no way out.
Just stay there and turn yourself in. Van, you caught up. Spriggan. Pleasure making your acquaintance, Lady Silence. You do know why we're pursuing you, right? Came to take the life of a cold-blooded killer. What else? Sure, but something doesn't add up. Why would such a proficient assassin who's been so successful in concealing her identity suddenly reveal herself so easily? Isn't it obvious? Till now, I've always been working for someone. But without a place to go, I can no longer wear the mask of Lady Silence. That's all there is to it. So that's the angle you want to take. I don't know what you're trying to say earlier, but honestly, I've just grown tired of certain things. If you're going to do it, then do it already. What? But that makes it sound like you want to die. Huh? Here's trouble. It looks like you weren't able to stop him like you hoped. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. We brought the kid as quick as we could. Well done, guys.
Now, you still intend to make things difficult?
It's not true, is it, Mom? Tell me it's not true. I refuse to believe you'd request to have someone kill you. I haven't admitted a thing. If I die here, I'm simply getting what's coming to me. You don't have to be sad, Stan. If anything, you should be relieved that you'll finally be free of the restrictions living with me has forced on you. What are you even saying? There's no way I'll be relieved. I see. You know, Candace, I think what you're saying is right. No, I overwrote her request, remember? He's charging up the stun caliber. Impressive bloodlust, Spriggan. But no matter how you look at it, I'm an assassin. I won't give my life for free. If you don't get serious, you'll be the one to see the goddess. Stop! Please stop! He can dodge a sniper shot. After all of that, and you still used blanks? Guess you're naive after all. Huh. I should be the one saying that. Why won't you kill me? Don't get it twisted. I'm not nearly as naive as you. Which is why I'm not going to fulfill your wishes. What do you intend to do then? Here's your morale choice. Arrest her as a criminal is your law option. Send her to the Eisenchild is the chaos option. We'll go ahead and send her to Eisenchild. It's ultimately up to you, but why not take refuge with the Eisenchild? I think it's Eisenshield, technically, but that's... I wondered what your big idea would be. I can't say I'm totally satisfied, but it might be one solution. Well, it's not the worst idea. Eisenchild. They're a top-tier Jaeger Corps, comprised mostly of former military and based in the Free Cities. Not only would that meet Stan's request of getting you out of the country, but it'd also give you a job. Come to think of it, you did send us on ahead.
It seems like you called someone in advance.
Yep, I had a short conversation with Commander Garant. So that's how it is. It's not really what I had in mind, but maybe it'll be a good thing. Right, Mom? Are you kidding me? Just kill me. If you don't, then Stan will... My boy will still be stuck. Stuck with an angel of death. Me. Mom. You said something like that before. Angel of death, huh? Look, I get what you're saying. But no matter how you put it, your kid's got nowhere else he'd rather be. Just so we're clear, I don't want some mama's boy hating me for the rest of his life. I would, too. I never forgive anyone who killed my mom. Stan, why would you cling to someone as horrible as me? It's your fault for raising him that way. Of course, I can't just let a criminal like you roam free. So either give yourself to the Eisenchild, or turn yourself into the police. It's time to choose. Mom, please. Stan. I guess it can't be helped. I'll take refuge with the Eisenchild. And so Van contacted Commander Garant once again and handed over Candace and Stan over to the Jaeger Corps.
That, the case is closed.
And yeah, that's it. We get our Mira. And we get a little bit more chaos. And we hit rank 3 in chaos. We're ranking up really quick in this game. Does it want you to hit max rank in all of them? And because we hit level 3 in chaos, we get Mayor Chaos. So this is a new, if we go check it out, we also get Scepter R. But if we go to our orbments and we go over to Van and we go to Hollow Core, typically Van can equip other things, but he is the only one who can equip Mayor. But now he has access to Mayor Chaos. This is one of the reasons I actually like Mayor Chaos over the other ones, is it increases his crit chance. It has him still do 50% damage to stunned enemies, but it increases magical attack and physical attack by quite a bit instead of accuracy. So he'll lose a little bit of accuracy, but he will get increased to physical and magical damage, as well as an increase to crit rate. So we'll throw a Mayor Chaos on him. And that is all the side quests we can do right now. So let's go ahead and head back to the Auber District once again. And this time we'll go ahead and progress the main story. After that main story, we'll... this is actually a pretty long cutscene. Like I said, I do want to finish everything in this episode, so it might go a little bit over. But after that, we'll go ahead and watch our connection events that we got. I forgot to point out the connection events, but basically we got it at the start of the afternoon. Like right when we did all the Grim Garten stuff is when we got access to new connection events. So we'll go ahead and just head up north here and pay a visit to the Academy. It'll basically tell us, like, the world will change when we're done. It'll try to nudge you to complete some things, but you really don't have to. You can just come back later, and nothing has changed. You get some, like, a little bit of dialogue. I keep thinking I'm going to look up and see that sign Kisara put together.
A shame I missed out on the festivities this time around. Sounds as though it was quite the event. I hear it even surpassed the likes of the festival Van and his schoolmates put together. That's quite the feat.
Hate to admit it, but yeah, they outdid us. The bar's risen so high, the four-eyed kid's gonna have to jump the length of a skyscraper to clear it. Wait, back up. Regard, from the way you said that, one might assume you personally attended the Aramis Academy Festival of 8 years ago.
Huh?
Is that true? Yeah, he was there, though we hadn't met at that point. He just happened to come by while he was in the capital. On day 2, right?
That's correct. I rather had a good time too, and that play you wrote was the event's crowning jewel. The Story of the Calvarian Revolution was its title. Young Elaine's performance as Sheena was as captivating as it was impeccable.
You're too kind. Why didn't you tell me about this, Van? Oh, hello, Van. Long time no see. I know I've said this before, but thank you so much for all your help during the festival. The school said you'd be swinging by. Something about having business with the student council? If dropping off a little treat counts as business, then yeah. Sounds like they've had their hands full lately. And oh man, you don't know the half of it. But I'm proud of them. Not many students are willing to come in on a day off. Oh, and did I hear right that Miss Bright is going back home this semester? Things are only going to get tougher for them if so. Huh. Just one more boulder in their path they'll have to climb over. We've wrapped up all the 4 SPGs here. Now's as good a time as any. Building the student council room will trigger an event that will slightly alter the state of the opera district. You'll, like, quite literally just get, I think, people out here. It doesn't change anything you can find. It doesn't lock you out of anything. Mind if we head on in? Of course, you're more than welcome. Here's your permission slip. With that, you'll have carte blanche to go anywhere you like. Wow, this guy sure is being awfully friendly. Oh, he's always been like this. People used to call him a bit of a flirt, in fact. I can see why.
Albert, come on. It's not an LLC. It's an LLP, Limited Liability Partnership.
Seriously? Ugh, I swear, there is a special place in hell for whoever named these things this way.
I found the data from last year, so I can take care of that list. I've gathered some documents that might help. Sending it to your terminal now.
Thank you.
Damn, they're stressing up a storm in there.
It sounds like their work has them climbing the walls.
I imagine they're creating a vendor list for supplies the school needs, for clubs and the like. Revising it ever so slightly every year is always the student council's first assignment.
Yep, I remember that. Renee made use of it all the time back then.
I bet putting it together is harder than it sounds. Wait, that other voice. I swear I've heard it before.
Yes, I recognize it as well.
I'm really sorry, you two. And I apologize for taking up so much of your time, Miss Toa. And this turned out to be much more of a hassle than I expected.
Don't sweat it. Still, it's crazy to think Ren did all this by herself last year.
She's a superwoman, all right. Although, I did hear her saying she wished she had delegated these things to us more often.
Seems even the girl who can do anything still has some key lessons to reflect on. Oh, you think that's them?
Is that you, Van? Please, come in.
Alrighty then. Sup? Sounds like y'all are hard at work. Oh, hey, Miss Herschel. Been a while.
Yes, far too long if you ask me. I see you brought Elaine with you too. Wait, aren't you...
Bearguard Zeman. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last, Ms. Herschel. I've heard many a tale of your NGO and Thor's exploits. I had hoped our paths would cross someday.
I'm honored, truly. Gaius has told me so much about you and...
Easy, easy. Let's save the introductions for later.
Hold that thought, if you don't mind. We brought a little treat for you, since we know you've been working so hard.
Did someone order a summer Andalusia tart? No? Well, it's on the house!
Yes!
Ooh, baby, that is just what the doctor ordered.
Thank you so much. I was just thinking I could use some brain food.
I know as well as any how taxing student council work can be at times.
Now then, shall I brew you all some tea? Oh, no. You don't need to go to all that trouble. I can handle that much, no problem.
Toa Herschel is a character from the same game that Reen and Fee are from, and Altina. If there's one constant in this universe, it's Andalucia bringing the sweet, sweet goods with its exquisite limited summer menu. And if there's another constant, it's student council work being a total pain in the neck. You're telling me we're facing way more issues with our vendors this year compared to last? We didn't want to bother Ren, but despite our best efforts, we ended up needing to rope Miss Toa in. Again, I'm really sorry. I hope you aren't having to miss your flight for this. Oh no, I still have plenty of time to catch it. Don't you worry about a thing. Besides, I wanted to help out, even if it's just a little bit, to make up for my being out of the city during the break. Oh, does that mean... Now that I think about it, Fee was telling me a little about this. You're headed to that part of the country, yeah? Haha, right. You did meet some of my colleagues at Marduk's headquarters, didn't you? Admittedly, I can't really disclose much, this being confidential work and all, but I'll be gone for around 3 days. Gotcha. I don't mean to get you to say something you shouldn't. Can't go breaking NDAs all willy-nilly now, can ya? I heard you met with some of Toa's acquaintances from Thor's at Marduk headquarters, and that one of them put out that request on behalf of the Epstein Foundation. Her destination appears to be the same as the Ashen Chevalier, rather, the Divine Blades. This stays between us, but that's where Fee is headed as well. I won't lie, all this hush-hush talk is me curious about where they could be going. Makes you wonder what all these top bananas from the Empire are doing here. Little off topic, but I've been wondering something. Has everyone at school been hyped lately? About Project Star Taker, I mean. Hyped would be putting it mildly. I mean, this is mankind's greatest achievement in the making we're talking about here. The boys in particular have been going feral. It feels like everyone who doesn't have a T-phone is clamoring for one now. Yeah, so they can watch the live stream. The girls aren't quite at foaming at the mouth levels of hype, but since a lot of them are into astrology and stuff, there's still excitement in the air. And what's more, several are looking up to Major Amelia as a role model, which is fair because she's wicked cool. Apparently, a screen is going to be set up in the auditorium so the students can see the launch on the day of. There was an official notice about it from the Department of Education. Of course, it's perfectly alright to be excited, but lately I've noticed more and more kids showing up to school sleep-deprived. Some even had to call in sick during finals. Miss Matilda was awfully worried about the whole thing. Really? I hadn't realized. Seems I still don't have a good grasp on the issues plaguing our student body. But that doesn't include the second years, right? Maybe it's only the first years that are affected.
Sounds as though you have company. I take that to mean you arrived at a good stopping point?
Hello, Ren. Ah, it's you, Ren. Nah, afraid not, but we did make it to the halfway mark at least. Yeah, no small part due to Miss Toa carrying us the whole way there. That's not true at all. All I did was prepare a little paperwork. You guys did most of the heavy lifting. You seem a bit tired yourself, Ren. Would you care for some of the dessert the others brought us? Very much so, thank you. You needn't worry about the tea, however. I can prepare that on my own. Sounds like you've been a busy little bee lately. I suppose I have been buzzing around here and there. The issue with the school's orbital network has occupied much of my time today. Ah, that reminds me, Miss Toa. Shouldn't you be leaving for the airport? You'll miss your flight if you don't leave soon. Oh yeah, not to worry. I should have plenty of time as long as I take the subway system hit with delays due to orbital circuitry issues affected area's Arbor district. That's not good. Don't you have to make it all the way to Edith Airport? Yes, I do. Maybe I can still make it if I take a different route. I am so sorry. This is all my fault. No, it's not. Don't blame yourself. As long as I catch a bus or a cab, I'll be fine. I'm not so sure about that. The bus would barely get you there in time. In fact, you still might not make it. According to my taxi booking app, it would take approximately 20 minutes for the nearest cab to arrive. Did someone call for a Spriggan taxi driver? We'll get you to the destination lickety-split. 0 wait time guaranteed. I love when we get that little thing. The problem is when that turns red in the bottom right corner, when the Trails Beyond the Horizon turns red, that is consistent throughout every game. That means bad things are happening.
I didn't mean to put you out like this during your work hours. Wow, though. I've ridden in this car before, but I'm only now realizing how nice it is. The seats are so comfy.
Aren't they? I'm glad someone in this truck's got good taste. I actually just made some modifications around the wheel housings and... Oh, goddess. Anyone have some earplugs? Friendly advice. Be careful bringing up cars around the boss. Get him going, and you'll never hear the end of it. He's not exaggerating either. Oh, the same applies with sweets, by the way. And the next most dangerous topic to bring up is saunas. Wow. Thanks, guys. What great friends I have. Your assistants just about... Your assistants just about know you inside and out at this point.
Agnes was right. You guys really do have a great working relationship. Even though you were all raised in different places, you gel together so naturally.
We do? Well, we have been together for a while now, so I suppose that's to be expected. Oh dear. As a least employee from Marduk, I'm not certain I know how to feel about that assessment. I mean, we get along fine enough, I guess. But I'm a Spriggan, you know? The kind who will take the tough jobs nobody else wants. I've got my hard-boiled image to protect here. Says the cake and ice cream addict.
As it is plain to see, it can be difficult for the young to tell apart their idealized and actual selves.
If I wasn't self-aware about it before, I sure am now, Master. It's a little odd being lumped in with this group now. What about you and your friends, Toa? You seem to have a strong relationship with them as well.
Yes, that's definitely true. We went through a lot together in school after all. We may have all went our separate ways after graduation, but we'll always be connected, no matter what happens. Believe it or not, they're a big part of why I came to the Republic in the first place.
Wait, really? Huh? Toa. Not surprising to hear. You aren't really the type to sit back and play spectator when someone's clearly going down. I mean, you commanded an airship during the Civil War for crying out loud. Not to mention all the stuff you did during Jormungandr. Now you and your Thor's friends have expanded your operations to the international stage, for the sake of Zemuria as a whole.
Honestly, I think you're overselling my part in all this. I'm not doing anything as incredible as that, but I want to be. And I know my friends and everyone else at Thor's feel the same way.
Wow, you Thor's people are in a class all your own. And you called our camaraderie impressive. Anyhow, I'm glad we had this chance to get better acquainted. Circumstances depending, I might be willing to take on a 4SPG for you guys. They're already working with the Foundation on the Grim Garten at Altina's request. Naturally, the guild would be more than willing to assist as well, should fee require it.
I would be all too happy to lend my support to any cause my youngest pupil Gaius needs assistance with.
Hey, wait, can we not make, 50 commitments at once here? Seems forming connections such as this is Mr. Arkwright's specialty.
Definitely. Thank you all so much.
An underground anti-immigration terrorist group, and you say they're operating outside the Republic as well? Yeah, though they don't have any connection to the space program that we know about. Be that as it may, this is an issue that's at the forefront of the guild's mind. Have you heard anything in relation to that group, Toa? It isn't unreasonable to suppose you have, with Thor's extensive network of connections at your fingertips. Well, for one thing, I don't think this group has been active in the main part of the Empire, Liberal or Crossbell. But like the guild has heard, the northern side of the continent is another story. Some of our friends were personally involved in some of the incidents that took place in Jirai and Northumbria.
Wait, really? What kind of incidents are we talking about here?
Honestly, from what I've been told, we don't know all the specifics. The first sign of trouble was over 2 years ago, when Jirai was in an upheaval over a bid for independence. They had been annexed by the Empire and were looking to become an independent state again, much like Crossbell in Northumbria. However, the people ultimately voted to keep it under Imperial rule. It's not as a permanent decision. The citizens will revisit this matter and revote every 10 years. With so many divergent opinions being thrown around, local residents and other parties struggled to reach even that compromise. And yet, multiple small-scale terrorist attacks took place seemingly in protest of it. The collateral was minimal, and no one was killed thankfully, but the people were shaken with fear, leading to further disputes. Things did settle down eventually with an agreement ratified half a year later than planned, but the instigators of the attacks were never identified. Even now, our allies from Thors are still attempting to track them down.
I've only ever heard of the name Jirai in passing.
To think so much had transpired there.
Must be a slippery bunch if even the war horses from the Empire can't get a lock on them. You claim that they were merely the first sign of trouble. I take that to mean more have arisen over these past 2 years?
Unfortunately so. The next one involves the people who were unhappy with the agreement. Over the past half year, many of them have suddenly gone missing.
Ah, that links back to what you guys heard.
Indeed, although there was a common thread among the victims is news to me. Could there be a similar trend in Remiferia, Northumbria, and the Free Cities? I get the feeling this might involve brokers for undocumented immigrants like the one we ran into before. But isn't Remiferia a pretty wealthy nation? I wouldn't have thought they'd have issues with people having to enter illegally. They are wealthy, yes, but no matter how well off a country might be, it simply isn't possible to root out discord and strife completely. The real concern is what's causing these people, however few they may be, to just up and vanish. This matter is already on Thors' radar. We want to make sure the situation doesn't escalate any further than it has.
Good to hear you guys are all over this. Don't know what you guys are going to be up to over in Basel, but if you need any help, you got my number.
I appreciate it. So much for keeping the destination of my trip a secret. Guess that cat's out of the bag. Did Fee tell the guild she was coming with us?
Yes, she did.
You're going to love Basel, trust me. The air is clear and there's a bevy of things to do. You might even run into some of my friends and family members while you're there. Oh, right. Yes, I'm sure your family will be helping us out a great deal. While I'm there, I really hope I'll get the chance to visit the observatory at least once. It's certainly worth checking out. Oh yeah, speaking of that. Your grandfather was an astronomer, was he not? How did you know that? Is he that well known in the Republic too? What was his name again? Was it Alfred Herschel? I'm not sure most people here would know him, but he is famous among other astronomers.
Yeah, we got the rundown on him not too long ago.
You probably already heard about this, but we stopped by Agnes's house earlier and... You remember when I said this was a long cutscene? Yes, it is. After Van finished explaining to Toa how her grandfather's name had shown up in Professor Epstein's diaries, they arrived at the airport. The group saw Toa off as she boarded the airliner for Basel before returning to work. Part of the Auber District has been updated. Now, we could go back to the Auber District because there is like a little scene you can view with the student council. I don't really want to though because it's not at all necessary, so we'll just go ahead and go back to Grand Circuit. We essentially saw everything we could see back at Grand Auber. Or at the Auber District. Now we'll go ahead and head over here and talk to these guys. Salvatore Gotti, the director at Vegas Films.
Nothing beats knocking back a cold one after a long shoot. Now then, Maxim, Giordano, apologies that these are non-alcoholic, but go ahead and drink to your heart's content. I insist.
And Maxim Lugan, the Grand Prix champion and the father of
toast to Director Gotti
the little
and his
girl.
latest work, Perfect Driver Zero.
Yume.
My acting career's about to rocket up to new heights. I can feel it.
Hell yeah, brother. The street racing scene's turned out pretty sweet. How's about you and me go clashing wheels in a real unofficial street race sometime?
No, I think I'm all right. I've done more than enough of that with Van to last me a lifetime.
Careful, champ. Let that head get too big and karma's gonna come down on you like a ton of bricks. I'm well aware of that. Thank you very... Wait. Well, if it isn't Van and Judith. Oh, and do my eyes dare deceive me, or is that the Beauty's Blade? Come to accept all those offers I've sent out at long last? I'm afraid not. And even if I were interested, I wouldn't appear before you without notice. You don't have to answer so seriously, Elaine. He's already off on his own little world. But anyway, you finally wrapped up shooting for the new Perfect Driver movie, huh? That's right. This one delves into the origin story of the first entry's protagonist, Louis Adler. It's director Gotti's latest work. He handled the planning and screenwriting, while the production side was helmed by Vegas Films. It's set to premiere as soon as next month. Believe you me, I've pulled out all the stops on this masterpiece for the ages. With Giordano as our consultant, we got on the city roads and shot the greatest stunt action street race that ever has or will grace the silver screen. And that's not all, it's got everything. Gorgeous gals, romance, did I mention gorgeous gals? Oh, and titillating scenes that will make the crowds roar. That's right, I'm talking the triple S. Sexy, scintillating, spectacle. This is my magnum opus, my piece de resistance. You realize you say this after every project, right? Still, you do manage to one-up yourself each time, so props on that. Honestly speaking, this film's a pretty big stylistic departure from the first and second entries. That in mind, I have a feeling series fans might be split on this. Well, one thing's a stone truth. It's full speed Gotti flair with no brakes. Shooting this flick was a gas and then some. The heat this cat brings is gonna burst through the screens and blow the crowd straight off their seats. It's feedback like that from the cast and crew that gets me grinning ear to ear. Alright, I'll admit, you guys are selling me on it. I look forward to seeing it upon its theatrical release. Yes, better buckle up now, cause you folks are in for one hell of a ride. Oh, and on top of that, Maxim here will be teaming up with Aslan to help out with his little extra something pretty soon. You can leave it to me. I'll get the job done, Maxim style. And while we're at it, I'll rope the Z1 buffs in and keep the hype going at 11 all the way to the premiere. By extra something, are you talking about that rumor that's been making the rounds online? Maybe, maybe not. I can't divulge much, but let's just say I'll be an energizing promotion in more ways than one. Aslan has a part in the movie too, so the two of us will be splitting up from director Gotti and touring from city to city. As one of the leads, I need my fans the continent over to join in the excitement. Is that really all you're after? Can't bullshit a bullshitter, dude. You've got ulterior motives and I know it. Okay, fine. I'll shoot straight with you. Yume still doesn't get that I'm a star, even after all this time. Just wait. Once I've grabbed the media by the horns, it'll finally be more to her than just that funny old guy. Well, what? All I want is to hear her say, "Wow, Maxim's the coolest." Is that so wrong? Hey, we ain't about to argue. Shoot your best shot, champ. And now we only have one more scene to view. However, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and do our to-do list, because we do have two more Connect events. We have Agnes, Judith, or Elaine. Now, here's the thing. I like all three of them. I'm going to be going for Elaine, and I'm probably just going to be going for Agnes, because Agnes is really good when it comes to magic. She's my favorite magic user out of the group, and I will pretty much never take Elaine out of the party, so let's go ahead and just start with Elaine. Van's group, this is the one that just says they split up and we spend our free time with Elaine. Really can't make up your mind, can you? Keep going like this and you're going to give yourself wrinkles. Forget I said anything. I knew it. Just looking isn't going to help me make a choice. I do think they're both magnificent machines, which is why you still haven't purchased one a week later. You'd be happy with either, right? So just go with your gut feeling. Just because I'd be happy with either doesn't mean it doesn't matter which I choose. It's just, I'm missing the last part of the puzzle. Which is why I came to you, since you know all about this sort of thing. Elaine, I'm a car guy. That doesn't make me an expert on bikes. Anyway, the only thing left to do is to give them both a test drive. Hey, mind if we take these two out for a spin? Nope, just drive safe. And Van, do me a favor. Give her some definitive advice. You know, so she finally buys one. Don't worry, I'm on it. It's gotta be a real problem having an A-rank bracer show up at your store and groan for hours on end. My apologies. And so Van and Elaine took the bikes out onto the city streets. Also that Elaine could test drive the two machines and decide which one was right for her. Wow, the Red Star is just as fast as I'd heard. I can see why Hermes used one for her delivery service. Wait, doesn't the Direwolf ride one too? Yeah, it's a popular model. Hell, I rent one out for myself every now and then. After all, this sucker can go 230 segs per hour. Or selges per hour? There ain't a car out there that can match it for speed. And let me tell you, its aerodynamic shape is so damn cool. Cool or not, the speed is certainly a plus. It'd be perfect to help me get to the scene of an incident as fast as possible. So this is what the large ETWS models feel like. Doesn't Burgard ride one of these? It feels like it's firmly planted on the road. I bet it takes some time to get used to it. Yeah, but that machine's got the power and size to make crap roads and rough rides a breeze. Hard to recommend to newbies because of its weight, but I'm sure you'd get the hang of it quick. Hell, you already showed off some moves with one back on Nimeth Island. And dressed like that to boot. Oh yeah, I remember that. It's your fault I was dressed that way. It might not match the Red Star in speed, but it still holds up. It has a nice sense of stability. The fact that it can handle bad roads is a positive, too, considering my line of work. Mind if we swap again, Van? I want to give the Red Star another shot. Sure, be my guest. She's gonna keep switching back and forth. After that, they continue to switch bikes while riding through the city's different districts. That's called choice paralysis, Elaine. Elaine constantly compared the characteristics and performance of each Orbital bike. Until finally... You seem even less sure than when we started. Driving them around just gave me a lot to think about. Sorry to make you stick around like this. I mean, I want to make a decision. Alright, I'm gonna go with the Red Star. Its speed really is a big plus. Elaine? I can tell the ETWS is still calling to you. What's so wrong with that? Both bikes are works of art. Honestly, all that's left is to ask yourself which one feels the best to ride. And I think you know the answer to that question. Probably did before you even took it for a spin. But the fact that you're having trouble making a choice probably means you're thinking about other stuff, aren't you? Like how the CEO of ETWS was arrested alongside your old man last year. This is why childhood friends can be such a pain. I get it. You think I'm focusing on something that doesn't matter. But I just can't disconnect everything. My father conspired with the ETWS CEO to support the Mafia. And it resulted in that horrible tragedy. Sheesh, I thought it was an odd and A-rank bracer like yourself was being so indecisive on something like picking out a new ride. Guess being unable to separate the stuff in your head is just like you, though. Van. Still, it's worth saying. Don't sweat the details. Don't stop yourself from doing what you want to do over crap like that. You really don't know how to hold back, do you? I mean, I'm struggling with genuine trauma over that event. Yeah, well, like you said, I'm your childhood friend. I can get away with being a jackass now and then. Ain't it better for you that I'm direct? I suppose you're right. Personally, I would have preferred it if you referred to yourself as my ex-boyfriend. But I guess not saying that part out loud is just like you. Yeah, you got me there. But you're right. Maybe it's time I got over all of this. My mother suffered the most, and she's already moving forward. Yeah, I heard she's been working her tail off to get the Quincy company back on its feet. You know, I still haven't been able to drop in and say hello to Simone after you and I reunited. Say hello? What for? You have to have real guts to do that as my ex. Unless... Can you please give me a break? After finishing the test drive, Van and Elaine returned to the shop in Riverside. And having finally made a decision, Elaine purchased her new bike. I'm glad I went with the ETWS. Feels perfect for me. Thanks for the advice, Van. No need to thank me. Man, a new bike. Starting to feel a little jealous, not gonna lie. But I can never cheat on my pickup. I draw the line at rentals. You are so dramatic. Alright, I'm gonna take this home. You're renting a place pretty close by, aren't you? Lucky you. The Tyrell district is so nice. You could catch a movie or get some Eastern sweets whenever you want. Not that I have many opportunities, busy as I am.
Say, why don't you stop by for a little while, if you'd like?
Huh? Well...
Not in the way you're likely thinking, just to be clear. I thought I'd offer you some tea, as thanks for today. Days such as this make me so happy we found our way back to each other. I'm glad we can spend time together like this again.
If they do not end up together by the end of this game, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So, I thought at least this much would be alright.
Alright, since I'm already here and all, I might as well. I'm gonna assume you've got some of those world-class truffles from Quincy Bell, yeah?
I most certainly don't. Whatever am I going to do with you?
After that, Van dropped by Elaine's place and had some tea. After a short rest, returned to his work. Yeah, they better end up together, man. I know everyone's wanting it. We get RSC the boost. I'm not even going to say that whole thing again. And now we can go watch. It's very odd that I choose Agnes and Elaine, huh? Considering the shipping in this game. But I'll be going to do Agnes's connection event next. Our beloved Alphonse. And now we can view our event with Agnes. Oh, is Alphonse the dog? I thought it was the student council president. My apologies. I was supposed to take him to the presidential office official residence, but it was too difficult with him hopping around in the car. Please, it's no trouble. It just so happens I have some free time, so I'm happy to help. You have to be a good boy, okay, Alphonse? You can't be causing trouble for the security personnel. I'd have thought playing with Aaron would have tired him out, but seems like he's still got energy for days. He probably got excited seeing so many people all at once. I think our best option is to take him for a walk until he's satisfied and calms down. Alright, I'll tag along since I'm already here. You've got a path you usually take, yeah? Time to do the rounds, Alphonse. Just give me a call once he calms down and I'll come pick him up. Right, thank you very much. Well, shall we be going? Walked all the way to Riverside? Gosh, what an adorable pupper. What's his name? Do you mind if I pet him? Please, go right ahead. His name is Alphonse. Who's a good boy, Alphonse? You are? Having a pet really gives you lots of opportunities to chat with people, huh? There are a lot of joggers around here, so interactions like this happen all the time. This has been his walk ever since he moved to the official residence, and I don't think he could be happier. For real? He goes for walks in Old Town too? No, this is his first time. I've been meaning to bring him here for a while now and thought this would be the perfect opportunity. It's just too bad Fairy and the others aren't here with us. They're on their breaks too, so... But it's no biggie. They saw him earlier. Huh? Van, on yes, you're back already? Oh, that was Yume. Whoa, look, it's a big boy. He's all soft, totally different from Zeros. Wait, is this Alphonse, the doggy you told me about? Hiya, I'm Yume. Gosh, he's so cute. Can we pet him? Of course.
Oh, Yume's playing with a dog. Where's my camera?
I wonder if we have anything he can snack on.
Geez, you'd think the circus came to town.
And now we've somehow made it to Center March. I only meant to take him for a short walk, but we ended up all the way out here. This always happens when I take Alphonse out.
You know, I feel like I always see folks with dogs around here.
Anybody can bring their dog here as long as they're trained. Nearby, there's even... Oh, wait a second, Van. There's somewhere I want to go.
Where? Shop or something?
Not exactly. Follow me.
Van followed Agnes to a certain facility at the edge of the center marsh. They then returned with a number of new companions. Whoa, you guys need to calm down.
My word, I've never seen them take to someone so quickly. You were absolutely right, Agnes. I told you so.
Stop enjoying this and help me. Hey, quit licking me. Stop it.
Hey, I want to play too.
Now, come here. Yeah, I thought I was a goner.
Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. You sure are Mr. Popular, aren't you? Even the pups are vying for your attention.
Hey, take it easy on me. But seriously, I had no idea you volunteered at an animal shelter. Seems like you've known the people there for a while.
Yes, well, I have been doing it since childhood. Ever since Alphonse joined our family, actually. Did you know he was a rescue?
Huh. So how did he end up with you?
I was 10 when we first met. Dad had a day off for the first time in ages, so we all went out together as a family. But it started pouring on the way home despite what the forecast had said. While we hurried home, my mother heard a quiet bark through the rain in Riverside. That's when we found a cold little puppy crying out beside the overflowing river. Mom couldn't just leave him there, so she convinced Dad to let us take him home with us. We left him at a shelter we trusted for a time, but he kept barking and biting people. Even as the shelter struggled to find him a home, Mom would visit him frequently. And what do you know? We ended up taking him home ourselves. Do you know what else she said when Dad asked her why she cared so much about the dog? As soon as I saw him, I just knew. I knew that no matter what, Alphonse will be there for Agnes. I mean, look at his eyes. They're just as gentle and kind as yours.
Your mom said that, huh? Sounds to me like she knew just what to say to your old man.
She really did. But she was right. Alphonse has always been by my side. After Mom passed away and Dad and I drifted apart, Alphonse was like a brother to me. I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss him. But I think he's really enjoying life at the official residence.
Man, hearing all that makes me kind of feel jealous. Sounds like you're living a better life than I am, bud. Not to throw my own pity party.
Oh, Van, please.
But you know what? If he's having a good time, then doesn't that mean he's not worried about you anymore? I bet he knows exactly how much you've grown. He's your family, after all.
I hope you're right. But if I have grown, it's only because of everything I've learned spending time with you and everyone else. I hope that means Mom is resting easy, too.
Honestly, I don't know if I could ever show my face to her. Not only am I employing her teenage daughter in my line of work, but I'm also relying on her for pretty much everything. She's my first assistant, and she's irreplaceable.
Van, Honestly, I feel like Mom's probably cheering me on, both in terms of work and when it comes to my feeling.
Nope, don't say that on yes. Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Van! Even Alphonse?
My, they've really taken quite a liking to him. Hey, that's no fair, mister. I'm so jealous of you, young man. So somebody help me already.
What was I even about to say? I know I said that one day I'd take the next step, but I need to take it at just the right time.
You also need to be 18 years old.
Right, Mom?
Afterward, Alphonse finally calmed down, and after the security personnel picked him up, Agnes took an exhausted Van with her back to work. There's Agnes's level up. Van's getting, no, I was going to say Van's getting close. He is not anywhere near it. And so, those are our 2 connection events completed. All the side quests completed at this point. All we have left is a single main story event to witness. So, we're just going to go ahead and run straight up here to the Grand Circuit and see what's going on in here.
Pretty sure the GR champ.
This is way bigger turnout than I expected. Guess it isn't just the diehards who came to watch. If it isn't this popular now, GR's got a bright future ahead. Oh hey, I recognize them. Pardon me for leaving you in my dust, Graham. Damn, nothing for it but to overtake him at the next corner. I didn't come this far just to lose. Whoa, go Lucio, go! Push that pedal to the metal. Keep your cool, Graham. You still got a chance to pass him. I believe these are NPCs from a chain of side quests in the last 2 games, where we essentially taught them how to race. So, you guys are taking part in this too, huh? Oh, Van. How goes it, Spriggan? Well, if it isn't Van's street racer friends, and the high bloods of Aracian at that. I see now. You've entered your usual modified cars as amateur teams. Looks like it's just your captains who are actually at the wheel, though, huh? Graham and Lucio, yeah. No better stage than this to test your street racing chops, am I right? The registration limit and entry fee kept the rest of us in the stands, though.
Whatever the circumstances, the zeal to test oneself is something to be admired. So how are this... whoops. So how are the standings?
Seems as though your friends have the lead over the other amateur teams. They do, but, well, you know how much these 2 hate to lose. So they're playing to beat not just each other, but some of the more famous teams while they're at it. Isn't this still just a dry run, though? Not that there's anything wrong with being ambitious, but... yeah, they kinda take it off the charts and careen over the edge. Lucio? Yeah, I don't believe myself. Blundering this late in the game.
Racer 32, the front runner of the amateur teams, has made an unfortunate skid and rollover.
What's this? Someone is catching up to him. What? Crap, now I've done it. After all that effort I spent tuning it up for tomorrow.
A startling error in judgment sends racer number 31 crashing off the track. The 2 amateur teams are now losing the lead they had maintained until now, one car after another. Luckily, neither driver appears to be injured.
What are you doing out there, Lucio? Man, that scared the pants off me. One wrong move and they could have been goners. Either way, there's no coming back from this one. They're gonna have to withdraw, landing them both in dead last. Oh, for the love of... I warned him, didn't I? The fact that they got off with only light injuries is one silver lining. Given the damages sustained, however. It's not looking good. Both their rides are totaled 6 ways from Sunday. Fixing them by tomorrow is impractical enough, but adjusting in light of today's results on top of that... what a mess. And just before the real deal, even. Ah, this is exactly why my uncle and I told him not to get too heated. Well, don't let it throw off too much. I mean, it's not like those competitions are one and done, make or break deals. Besides, having a few losses to work past only makes victory that much sweeter down the line, right? Obviously, words only can do so much to turn your attitude around. But the two of them made it out in one piece. They can borrow a different car, race again next year. There are options. I can even give you some advice if it comes down to it. Point is, you ought to shift your gears forward, not in reverse. Yeah, makes sense. I'll pass it along to Graham and Lucio. At this rate, tomorrow's race is practically a wash, but that still doesn't mean we should just give up. I suppose this is yet another facet of adolescence. Even Van bursts into life when he's talking with these kids. What's the matter, Van? That look on your face tells me you're really hung up on something. Perhaps he is simply mulling over all we've learned now that we've visited every district on our list, Chardon notwithstanding.
Coupled with the information obtained from this morning, he may well have grasped the bigger picture, or picked up a scent if you prefer.
Might want to dial back your expectations a notch or two. I ain't gotten that far. I want to do a little more digging in a certain spot I thought we'd skip, since it doesn't have a bulletin board. But we got some extra time, so we might go check out the Blacklight District. Suppose we haven't gone there yet, have we? Been a hot minute since I've hit that dump up myself. Seeing as it's a seabed for criminal elements, I only pay it a visit when the job deems it necessary. Do you expect to find something there? Aren't the gangsters, mafiosos, and Jaegers just bumming around doing squat? Or could it be possible that you believe we'll find a lead on the disappearances there? Nah, fresh faces from other countries started popping up around town. We'd have heard it by now. It's more I'm catching a faint whiff of something the shady characters down there wouldn't bat an eye at. And I want to see where that scent trail leads. Ah, that makes sense. Huh? In what way? None of the information gathered thus far could be considered alarming. However, with the root cause still unknown, proper risk management requires all potential blind spots be subjected to a thorough scrutinization. What she said. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Though that's not to say that finding the source of it in the Blacklight District is a for sure thing. It's whatever. I'm game if you are. Worst case, it's a free excuse to do a little pants off, dance off over at a mistress's place. Not if we have anything to say about it. Let's just ignore him and go investigate. I could do with some genuine answers to at least a few of the questions raised today.
In that case, I suggest we head straight over once the time is ripe.
The Blacklight District has been added. Proceeding to the Blacklight District will advance the main story. Unfinished quests, connection events, and other sub-events will disappear. And so, with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. It looks like we have the final district from previous games that we have not visited available to us now. The Blacklight District, which we'll go ahead and visit in the next episode. I will see you guys then.